Okay, sure. As you can not see, we're ready to start. So basically, being this a talk about theming, we don't need to show you anything. So that's actually true. I mean, that was almost about dunk memes and code. So whatever. We'll just tell the story. So a couple words about us. We're front-end developers at Rethinking, and we did something with organizing with this conference and with breaking the projection of this talk. So what we are, the story we're telling here is about finding a new solution for theming Plone, the classic Plone theming, so no Volto, almost no Diazo, in a new way. But why? So every hero needs a foe, and every solution needs a problem. So we have a solution, but to what? A couple years ago, 3 years ago, a government team, so that's the digital transformation team, decided that they had to rethink all the design of the public offices and services websites. So that instead of having people that go to the offices on the street, there's services that go to people on the web. And what they did is define an architecture for websites and also many other infrastructure and site management ideas ideas and a layout for websites, a basic layout for websites that had to be the same on all public administrations and government websites. So since we kind of work with public administrations and government and municipalities, we have several clients in that area, we needed to find a solution that worked for all. So to avoid creating themes, of course, that are almost identical one to each other. I mean, it's like, of course, we need a single solution for that. All the themes can have very few differences, like the main color and very few other details. So what do we do? There's also another smaller problem first, which is we kind of wanted to stop using all the front-end Plone technology because require JS, right? So yeah, it works. And it works perfectly, and it could have worked perfectly also for our use case, but come on, require JS, like it's 2019, right? So that was not a blocker, but developer experience is important. So what do? We started with a first solution, which was a sort of nested themes. So we had a base themes with all of the Plone views, templates and stuff, and static resources in that. And we built that with a grant pipeline and usual stuff. And then we added a package JSON and at first also some Bower configuration. It was 2016. And we added these themes in sub-themes, package JSONs, and installed that through Bower at first, then NPM, and then that wasn't scaling at all. Because the consistency falls apart when you release that package and you have like version 3 on a site. And then when you keep developing that and you develop another sub-theme, you just use the master of the first theme instead of version 3 because you forget or because you just have to use that, and then you compile resources in the second sub-theme, and then but you keep the base theme version number 3, so that's out of sync and that's completely messed up. So mixing static resources and cross-theme compiling of resources and other, we have stuff. Well, whatever. Yeah, make it work. And yeah, so that's not going to work, like having resources in a package. So that reminds me of something like Plone static resources you might know of, but that was 2017 when we discussed this. So yeah, that wasn't a thing yet. So what did we do? Well, that thing over there. So like refactor everything. So take everything out of the Plone add-on with the theme, and I'll make the story short. That didn't work as well. Just because, yeah, that one. Sure, that didn't work out well. So what happened is we still didn't resolve consistency issues because we just made an npm package out of it with only resources, but that wasn't working as well because yes, I can commit the version I need in the theme package, but still have to mix the two things. So I want to split them. So we had that one. Please add Webpack was So we had the idea of refactor again and go to using something like Git submodules to avoid some backend issues I just have no time to tell you about, but still when you full release something and you need files in the node modules folder, it just doesn't work because node modules are Git ignored, and so full release checking out everything just doesn't check out the resources. So Git submodules work for that, but still the problem is the same. So we should refactor again, right? Sure, take everything out again. No, come on, not anymore. So how did we solve that?
Yeah. After this quite long series of try, and we started to look for a better solution, and we looked about mockup. Mockup does this kind of stuff for really a long time, and the way he does it, it is like Python package embedding npm resources and other front-end stuff. So go to the mockup way. We created a package, a Python package, which has a setup API, and it is handled by the build out, so the version is maintainable and trackable. It is not installable in Plone, but it declares static resources for CSS and JS. We have a regular Plone theme in which we have the manifest, and we take the resources from our setup API and npm mixed add-on, which in the example, it is called myteam.resources. We have here. Okay, we have dev resources and product resources, and we look for that later. And we use the diads bundles, and take note of this environment variable, because in the team rules, in diads rules, for the backend, we import only the backend resources using that variable. What we have with this method, we will look into deeper only a bit later. We have S6. We can use other modern libraries as React for widget views and other stuff. We can use less SAS or every other CSS framework. We have a live reload, which is a nice, really nice feature. And probably we could have also the code splitting, but we haven't tested it yet. It could be interesting feature for the future. So, nice. We like that. This solution is based on an npm package which compiles CSS resources and JS resources using Webpack. So we have the full stack of modern dev tools. And let me show that. We know if you are in production mode or in development mode. So there are two different folders. One for the dev bundle, because Webpack always will create a bundle, and it is the development bundle he creates dynamically. And another one, the prod, for production bundle, which is served in backend mode. So you have backend and the front-end resources separated. And we can know, so knowing if you are in production mode, we can add the hot module plugin. It's, yeah, scroll that. And we have external jQuery as in the old grunt file we use in all Plone teams. What about this solution? We had no more release problems because it is a different package with its own version and no conflict with merging branches or other stuff. Yeah, resolved. And dev conflict, because that's why we have dev and prod files. So the bundles are separated and we can manage them yeah, pretty well. The files are getting ignored because Webpack, when he builds the bundle, it creates a lot of files which are not trackable and there's not clean. Prod files are committed, so backend dev don't have to compile resources or they cannot forget to check out the branch or update the master. So the dev way is resolved too. Yeah, you could try and give us some feedback, because we push the branch on Bob Simply's Plone, which is called add-on resources, and it creates the DOM as we showed. This part is the add-on part with the setup PI and the npm package structure. So you have to add the Plone team with the Yazoo rules and other stuff in order to take those resources and embed in your page. Okay, we are in time.
Yeah. So basically, we of course had no time to go into detail about the most interesting stuff. So if you're interested about anything, so about like how live reload is managed, how the distinguishing of the dev and prod mode is handled. So when is Plone actually serving development files, when it's serving production files? Of course, find us during the break. And if you're curious about how React widgets, how we create React widgets for that have live reloads, so you edit and the Plone page actually reloads with the new versions, of course, find us. And that's basically it. So at least we managed to tell you the core features we think are more useful. And so yeah, for anything, just find us in the break. Thank you.